In a still, formless void, in the dark face of the deep, it was a wind that began creation, the Creator's breath. It is wind that moves the waters, from storms into rivers, into seas, moistening the earth and bringing life to all of creation. The movement of air is vital. Formed from dust, our Creator breathed into humanity the breath of life. In our everyday lives, we seldom think about breathing, yet we are dependent on this movement of air. With each inhalation, our blood delivers life-giving oxygen to every fiber of our being. Our breath is vital. And then a rushing wind came to be among us. This Spirit, the greatest of winds, is always near. If you look for it, though you cannot see, you will find it. Attempting to control it is a futile, worrisome endeavor. This wind blows where it wills. You do not know where it comes from or where it goes. This wind embodies the soul, living into our creation, moving toward wholeness. The wind of the soul is vital. And what of today? The winds of today. Can we sense their movement? Are we listening? Are we looking for what we cannot see? I can't breathe. This virus makes breathing difficult and sometimes impossible. The movement of air seems to make transmission of the virus less likely. As our moms told us, we should wash our hands. And we are to wear masks. Not so much for our personal protection, but for the protection of the community. Surely, the community is worth protecting. We sometimes complain about wearing a mask because it makes us feel like our breath is being restricted. But the restriction of one's breath by the virus? Ventilators move the air. I can't breathe. People of color have an increased risk of contracting this deadly virus. Many work in essential roles, but with no sick leave and no health insurance. This current pandemic has brought to the surface, now more than ever, how critical it is for everyone to have access to health care. When some are not covered, all are not covered. When will we make this right? I can't breathe. Such a simple plea. Yet this plea for air has at times been ignored, and too often for people of color. The restraint of someone to the point of death? How can this be happening? We cannot let this stand. The time for ending such an unnecessary use of force is now. the time for addressing racism must be now. I can't breathe. It is a simple plea. A plea for life. What must it be like to beg for one's life? We often hear of the winds of change. It truly is a time for change. Where is the Spirit, the most powerful of winds, leading us today? Wherever we are led, one thing is certain. Our breath is required. Whether virtually, through a mask, or by any means, our breath is required to make a difference. Our breath is required to spread the word about how we can limit the transmission of this deadly virus. Our breath is required to make health care a right, not a privilege. Our breath is required to confront racism and create justice. Silence in each case equals death. Words not spoken will never be heard. The movement of air is vital. Our breath is vital. The winds of the soul are vital. O Great Spirit, make us aware. Help us listen. Give us breath.